Hey family, welcome to Family Meeple. I'm Raymond, and this is our continued playthrough of Marvel United or Ultimate Campaign for Everything Season 1. We are continuing our play through the Spider-Verse, and we are up against Spider-Man's arch nemesis. So today we are facing off against the Sandman. So let's have a look. So just to double check. Okay, so we haven't got any special setup rules. So we are good to go. His special rules are: when a hero is knocked out, Sandman doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he plays another Master Plan card. So we saw this in our previous game against Electro. In the event of a BAM, Sandman deals 2 health. Sandman gains 2 health. Ouch. Deals 1 damage to each hero in Sandman's location. Okay, and we were playing with 2 heroes, so he has 4 health. So we'll just pop those on there now. There we go. Okay. In the event of overflow, if a token cannot be added to a location, Sandman gains 2 health. Right, and then better spot the heroes lose if Sandman reaches 20 health and may go above his starting value. Let's have a look at his at the locations and the threat cards. So a reminder to ourselves, the locations we are using, of course, are the Spider-Verse expansion box set. So we've got Brooklyn Bridge. At the end of your turn, you may add a civilian to any location, rescue a civilian from this location. So that is where we are going to have Electro joining the fray with his 4 health. So we'll pop those on. Okay, let's have a look. So in the event of a BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. If there are no heroes in this location, deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So what are we watching out for him? We then got Queens, our healing location. So at the end of the turn, if you get 1 or 2 cards in your hand, you get to draw an extra card. And that's where we're going to have Quicksand. So heroes trying to move to leave this location have to use 2 movement instead of 1. We've seen this with a number of villains now. Oscorp Tower, at the end of the turn, you gain a movement token, so they're going to be useful for the Quicksand. And we've got Sandstorm. Let's look at Sandstorm. So if the harder Master Plan card is in the storyline, Sandman cannot take any damage, and it's going to take us movement to clear that. Okay, so Midtown High School, at the end of the turn, we're getting heroic feat. So we'll find out other henchmen for the Nemesis. So with 4 life as well, we've got Dr. Octavius. So Dr. Octavius, we got in the event of a BAM, deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. And of course, the Daily Bugle, we get to have a look at sneak a peek at the Master Plan deck, and that is the other Quicksand, which means in our final location we'll have the other Sandstorm. If the harder Master Plan card is in the storyline, Sandman cannot take any damage. Okay, and because we did so incredibly well in our previous game, I'm just a bit concerned that the camera doesn't seem to be focusing particularly well today. I've just changed my lighting setup slightly, and I think it's that might be offsetting it. Offsetting it. I don't know. We'll give it a go. I'm just 3D printing some alternatives to hopefully assist with that. But yeah, it does seem to be struggling a bit with the low light conditioning. Okay, apologies for that. So I've just had a tweak of the lighting, so hopefully it'll be a bit better now. But let's see how we get on. So I've drawn up the starting hands for Shuri and also for Elektra. We have got our wilds in because we are not playing challenge mode. So let's start with the just have a quick look at the overview. When a hero is knocked out, play another Master Plan card. In the event of a BAM, Sandman gains 2 health. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Sandman's location. Can't place a cube in the overflow, he also gains 2 health. And if he has 20 health, we lose. Okay, so let's go back to the table. Of course, we will start with villain. So he is going to move 5. Let's work out where he's going to start, shall we? So he's going to start in location 4. So go around the table, 1, 2, 3, and 4. He'll start in Midtown High School, which means our heroes will be starting over at Brooklyn Bridge. So we'll set those up over there. And he's going to now be doing his 5 bam. So he will move right the way back to Oscorp Tower. And so his BAM deals 2 health. His BAM, he gains 2 health straight off the bat. Ouch. Okay. And deal 1 damage to each hero in Sandman's location, which there are none. So got away from taking the damage that he has, and he hasn't put out any additional bugs or civilians or anything like that. It's a pure BAM. So let's go ahead to Shuri and we'll draw our first card. And apologies for a bit of glare on there. Okay, so we got the options of a single wild and give a wild token to Elektra. We've got a single punch, single move, single wild. So we may as well do the single wild and give a wild token. So let's go ahead and do that. So Elektra's got a wild token. Doesn't need to draw any additional cards, and we're going to be playing a wild. So what do we want to do? I think it's probably worth getting rid of the henchman in the first instance. What else have we got? Quick stand and harder. In particular, I'm thinking Electro is quite a hazardous henchman. So deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. If there are no heroes in this location, deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So it's kind of electricity bouncing around the board. So yeah, let's just go ahead and deal 1 point of damage there. Off to a start. Not a cracking start, but a start nonetheless. Okay, so we've got a move and attack. So single symbols. Oh, this is tough, folks. This is tough. I'm thinking we're definitely doing. We've started with the attack mode now, so let's carry on with that. Let's do a use the wild and the attack to do 2 more points of damage to Electro. And do you know what? Sure, whilst we're there, let's use the wild token and finish him off. So we've got our first threat cleared. Go ahead with that. And what else do we want to do? We've got to move. Do I want to move? Do I want to stay there and add a civilian and save that civilian? I think that's probably a. Do I want to do that? So what I want to do? No, do you know what? We're not going to. We're going to move Shuri to Queens, and we're going to start looking at addressing this quicksand. I mean, it's not a priority, right? There are better threats to be clearing, but it certainly is an obstacle that we want to be getting rid of. Okay, so we are back to Shuri, who has our heroic feat. But we don't need a heroic feat, we need movement. That's fine. Let's go with a movement. Sorry, with the wild, the single wild. Again, we've got all the wilds out, singles out. So we're going to go with single wild. So Shuri has. Oh, sorry, that should have been. Should have been Elektra moving. So Shuri will move over to Osborn Labs, and at Osborn Labs we're going to use the attack to defeat a thug. So that's a move and attack, and then she has got a wild, so we're going to put a movement down to start getting rid of this if Harder Master playing card is its storyline, Sandman cannot take damage, because we definitely do not want that situation when we get to a point of clearing enough missions to attack him. Okay, back to Sandman. It is 2 and a bam. Okay, so he will move 2 to the Daily Bugle, and he will bam, so he will gain 2 more health, and he will deal 1 damage to each hero, which is none. Okay, and it is back to our heroes. Shuri went last. We're back to Elektra. Oh, another single. Okay, I mean, save the power plays for later, I guess, folks. Right, let's continue with our wild streak then. Thinking, do I want to do that? Is there something specific I want to do over there? I need heroic feats. In fact, yeah, no, we're going to stick with the wild. Stick with the wild, because that location that we're on at Queens, we need heroic feats. But when it comes to Shuri is going to need movement tokens, so the wild plays better for that. So talking of which, it is Shuri's turn, and we have move and a heroic feat. Move, I mean, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's spot on. In fact, that's fantastic. Okay, so the move we can put to here, and the wild we can put to here as well. So that clears this threat. So we've got 2 movement to add to this. So that is our second threat cleared. So we're doing absolute gung-ho on clearing these threats. And then she does have a heroic feat. Now she's not actually got anything there to take care of. Bit of a waste, but that's fine. But we'll gain a punch token, so we'll go ahead do that. Okay, and we are back to, oops, so that's for Shuri. So back to Elektra, who draws single punch. Neck. Okay, so Elektra is over in Queens. We're looking to clear this. We have got a heroic feat from Shuri. So I'll tell you what we could do with then. Let's go ahead. Okay, I'm going to play a movement. So we've got a double move and a heroic feat. Okay, that's fine. So we'll use the heroic feats to clear the last of this quicksand. We've unlocked our healing point. That is our 3rd threat cleared. Just got to be careful now. But I'm aware we absolutely need to be as fast as we can taking on Sandman. At the moment, he's not put any additional tokens out. So the issue is we've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 civilians and a handful of thugs. A handful literally being 3. So either way, right now we don't have enough civilians or thugs to clear these missions. So we're then going to use a move and then use that other move to start taking out this sandstorm, because that is what will prevent us from there we go, because that's what will prevent us from being able to attack Sandman. It's a bold play, folks. It's a bold play. Okay, that's all our heroes' turns. We are back to our villain, who's going to do a 1, not a bam, which is good, because he would be moving on to Shuri. So we'll move him across to Osborne Labs. But he is going to put out both civilians and thugs. Thankfully, we'd already taken care of one of them, that location. So we've got a civilian and a thug over here, and a civilian, a thug over there, and a civilian and a thug over Brooklyn Bridge. So we are now definitely at risk of overflow in 2 of those locations. So that's it for him. We are back to Shuri. Shuri will draw, so she's got another young genius. Again, we've not taken any damage yet. Only single one, she has got a move as well. To move up to Quicksand in order to take care, or move up to the Daily Bugle in order to try and address this overflow, or move across to I mean, the Daily Bugle is closer for Shuri, and Brooklyn Bridge is closer for Elektra. Not got any movement on Elektra. Okay, so be a slight change attack just to try and prevent overflow right now. That's the main thing we need to be controlling. So I think Shuri's going to play her young genius again. We've got the healing location open, so Shuri will move up to the Daily Bugle, and being there, she will use her and she'll give a wild token, sorry, to Elektra, and she'll use her punch token to get rid of that bug. So that's what I want to do. Use a move and use the wild to do a heroic feat. Yeah, we're going to use the punch as well, more so just to make sure we've got space capacity there. So we're using that punch token to clear that off, so we've got a bit more capacity over there, but she is going to be stuck there now until we can get 2 movement out. We're going over to Elektra, who's got a wild token thanks to Shuri. Lots of attack. Okay, it's fine, we'll do what we can do. Okay, so she will use her double attack, which is maybe kind of a bit wasted, but yeah, she'll use her double attack to, and the wild, so wild will let her move, and then she'll use the other wild token to move again, and then she's going to use her double attack with the thugs off Brooklyn Bridge. Is there somewhere else I'd want to place a civilian? No, I think it's all fairly even now. So we've got 2 tokens on each location. So we'll put a civilian to Brooklyn Bridge and then rescue that civilian as the end of turn action. And then we're back to Shuri. Okay, oh, double wild. That is absolutely what we will play, because she needs 2 movement to get out of that location up there. So 2 movement gets her out of that location, and she's got a double attack. Thinking, do I want to clear or do a couple of points of damage to Dr. Octopus here? I don't think I want to be putting Sandman under pressure right now, so it kind of edges our bets a bit. Okay, we've done what we need to do, which is clear capacity at Daily Bugle. So we're going to move. We've It's just 2 movement due to the quicksand. So that's our 2 wild, and then you will use the double attack to. Am I doing 1 point or 2 points? We'll do 1 point, and this is quite tactical, this I have to say. And we'll rescue a thug in the hope that I hold us in good stead. It is back to Sandman, and he's going to stay where he is, and he's going to bam. So he will immediately gain 2 more health. What's he up to now? Let's have a look. If I pick up the stack, 2, 4, 6, 8. So he's now on 10 health. So he's halfway to winning. That's not good. He's going to do damage to heroes in that location, which there are none. That's fine. And then he's going to put out thugs. So we're going to have 3 more thugs. So 1 in his location, 1 in each adjacent location. So back to the Daily Bugle and the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay. We are back across to Elektra. Ninja training. So she could do a single hit and double attack with the ninja training, or avoid taking damage. Not fussed about the avoiding taking damage. But can she actually use that double attack? She could use that double attack over at Osborne Labs. And we have got a double wild in the storyline preceding her. So let's do that. That does make a significant contribution to the board. So we're going to use 1 of the wilds to clear a civilian. We'll use the single attack to get rid of that thug. We'll then use another wild to jump across as a move and do 2 attacks using her ninja training. Okay, wow. I mean, that picked up very quickly, and at the end of her turn she'll gain a attack token. Nice. But it does mean Shuri only has a single attack to go on, and she has movement. What to do? Lots of singles, so her best bet would be a heroic feat and an attack, which would give her 2 attacks. Or she could use a move. Okay, I'm thinking the heroic feat and the attack are going to be her best bet over at Midtown High School, because she can use 2 attacks on Dr. Octavius, so he's only got 1 health left now. Oh, he banned. I forget Henchman. I so rarely have played games with Henchman. Sorry, she deals. She would have been dealt 1 point of damage. Sorry. So we will put the heroic feat token to the bottom of her deck. Sorry, no. We'll put the move token to the bottom of her deck. Okay. So that was the point of damage she should have taken. Apologies. I have a feeling, sneaky feeling, I may have forgot 1 earlier in the game as well. So I apologise if I did. Okay, but she does have a heroic feat, so she will rescue that final civilian over at the high school as well. It is now back to Elektra, because he's not yet under pressure. Let's see what we draw. And it is a move and an attack. And we've got an attack and a heroic feat. I mean, I could certainly clear the thugs now. That's fine. I think that's what we're going to do, because at this stage he's going to go anyway. Therefore, we're not going to effectively escalate him at this stage. That's not going to come till next turn. And I think we're at a point now where we can start damaging him. Hopefully, if we can keep up with him wherever he goes. We'll see. So we're going to do a move and attack. So I've got 2 attacks, a heroic feat, and a move for Elektra. So what we're going to do is a move and then attack, which comes down. So that's that one cleared, and then we'll do a heroic feat. But that does leave us with, I just don't know if that's dangerous. Just don't know if it's a dangerous move. It's difficult to get out of there without a double move. I've got precious little cards left. Oh, am I better to leave that thug, come back, forgive me, I can't remember now if I cleared a heroic feat from there or not. Civilian, I think I did. I think I cleared a civilian from there. Okay. Problem is, she's got a stack of attacks. She can't really use it. But there's not much else she can do either. Oh, decisions, folks. So I'm just trying to work out, do I stay where I am? That'll get me another attack token. Right now I can't use them, but it would. You can avoid putting me under pressure. Ideally, I want to avoid this quicksand. I don't want to get stuck there. So I'm going to move to Brooklyn Bridge instead. We're going to do a heroic feat to rescue this civilian. And then with the end effect, I'm going to place a civilian at Brooklyn Bridge and then rescue it. Okay. Okay. It is Sandman's turn. Let's see. Move 3 and a bam. Let's have a look then. 1, 2, 3. He is going to do a bam. Shuri's going to take an extra point of damage. So first of all, his bam effect, he will gain another 2 health. So he's now on 12. He's going to cause damage to nobody in his area because there's nobody there. Dr. Octopus will cause a point of damage to Shuri. So Shuri will have to lose another card. He'll keep the attack. Well, I guess. Okay. Harder. Right, so from now on, Sandman can't take any damage until all Sandstorm threat cards have been cleared. So there it is. So that's the one that means this threat here absolutely has to be cleared. Whilst this is in play, we cannot damage Sandman. Okay, so we're at it now, folks. Absolutely at it. Okay, so over to Shuri. Draw. Wild. What? Not double wild, sorry, double heroic feat. We've already had her double wild. We have got Elektra's double wild to come, which may be a saving grace. We'll find out. So, do I do the attack there? Either way, if I do the attack, I'm going to be triggering. The issue being Elektra can't get. So this is what I'm looking at, folks. She can do heroic feat. She's got to move and attack and heroic feat. So she's got the ability to do one attack. She can do the attack here, take care of him, or she can move and attack the thug. Either way, we're going to do one of the missions. Can't do more than one. I can't move and use the move token. I have no other way to move. But we need to get rid of this sandstorm. Right now, Elektra doesn't have any movement. If she pulls a double wild next, we'll be able to clear the sandstorm. What to do? And we've got to clear that sandstorm. So we're going to move and do the punch to the thug, which clears that mission. Which means Sandman is now under pressure, which means it's now Elektra's turn before we go. Again, a sigh. So she's got a double heroic feat, which is useless. No movement, and we don't have any movement. And there's nothing for her to attack in either location. That's rough. That is rough, folks. There's literally nothing she can do. Oh, that's so frustrating. That is so frustrating. We'll throw away effectively the heroic feat. She has got a whole ton of attack and nothing to do with it. And there is nothing she can do from Brooklyn Beat. I mean, we can conjure a civilian here and rescue it. And that's as much as we can do. Back to Sandman, who will... let's have a look. What's he going to do? He's going to... Get that in focus. There we go. So move clockwise to the next location with any heroes faster. One hero in Sandman's location takes 1 damage for each hero there. Including themselves? Okay, it'll be Elektra taking damage, so it's not too bad. Don't think so. We'll put that in the storyline. So he will move to Elektra because that's the next hero, clockwise, and take 1 hero in Sandman's location takes 1 damage for each hero there. Okay, so there's only 1 hero there, so she will take 8 points of damage. So let's choose. We'll get rid of a basic attack. Although this could. Oh, maybe. Maybe. We need to clear that flipping. Need movement, folks. We need movement. Okay. It's not a BAM. We are back to Shuri. It's not a move. She can't move. We'll do the attack just on the basis that if she does the attack, well, I was going to say Elektra could use it, but she can't. Oh, I need movement. Oh, I bet you it's ironic. I bet you this has the movement token. Yep. How ironic. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so we'll do a rescue of the civilian with the heroic feat. Can't do anything with the attack, and we are back to Elektra. Elektra has double wild. Come on now. What can she do? That is the question. She's better now. Oh. Okay. Oh. Flipping heck, folk. What's she got? She got attack. There's nothing to attack. Oh. Okay, there's nothing to attack. Oh, we can't do the attack anyway. We need the move. Okay. So she's going to put down a double wild, but she can't use it. That's the catch. She got attack and a double wild. Can't use either of them because we can't attack Sandman yet because we need to do with the Sandstorm. And the double wild, I mean, she could move out and move back again. Pointless because she can't attack anywhere. There's nothing to attack anywhere. So we're throwing away, I can't believe it, we're throwing away a double wild. At the end of her turn, however, what she can do is she can summon a civilian to Brooklyn Bridge and then rescue said civilian, which means Sandman is now at least vulnerable. Except for the Sandstorm. So, let's see what Sandman does for us, shall we? It's going to move 5. Okay. So that will put him back 1 to Osborn Labs. It's not going to BAM, but he is going to put out a whole bunch of thugs and civilians. So a thug. Oh, we're going to hit overflow. Darn it. And a civilian. The main location is fine. The Brooklyn Bridge is fine. But we do have overflow up at the Daily Bugle. So going back to the card, in the event of overflow, he gains 2 health. So he is now on 14 health. Oof. I'm not convinced we're going to be able to do this, folks. That is a lot of health to try and get rid of. Darn it. We are back to Shuri. And Shuri has Young Genius. Does that help any? I mean, yeah, that's going to be our best bet to play for sure. So we get a wild token for Elektra, and she gets to draw an extra card. Oh, move and double attack. Oh, I think it's going to be too little too late, but we will see. And Shuri now has 3 wilds, so 2 wilds will absolutely flipping clear this threat. Oh, which means we have cleared all 3 threats. It's a rarity, folks. That is a rarity. So we get to draw, I say, an extra card. It's 1 more card. Okay, got to move. Oh. Okay. And then she has got 1 wild token left. Do I want to use the wild token? I guess we can use our wild token to go to Queens on the basis we can draw our last card. And then we're over to Elektra. So we've got a wild, we've got an attack and a wild, we've got Master Assassin, which is a move and double attack. So that's absolutely what we will do. So we are moving across from Brooklyn Bridge to Osborn Labs, where of course we have our Sandman. And she's going to do 2 points of damage to Sandman with her double attack. She's going to do an extra point of damage with her attack token. It's down to 11. Flipping heck. Got a wild and another wild. We do another 2 points of damage. It's down to 9. And at the end of her turn, she'll gain another attack token for being at that location. And it's back to Sandman. I mean, that was a hefty wallop for sure. But is it enough? Okay. So again, we're going to be moving. Okay, so he's going to move clockwise to the next location with no hero. Deal 1 damage to each hero in both adjacent location. Oh, both heroes take a point of damage. Wow. So the next location with no heroes is here. Wow. Wow. Okay. And he's going to do 1 point of damage to both of the heroes. I mean, it makes little odds to Shuri for sure. She's got to move in a heroic feat. Likewise, similarly to Elektra, she'll just get rid of a single attack. Thankfully, we have got a move in the storyline, so he has actually positioned himself. But have we got enough? Finish him off is the question, folks. So we are back to Shuri. So we're going to move. No attack. Flipping it. So she can move. But she can't attack. That's rough. That's rough. I don't think we're going to do this. And I should have drawn a card. Sorry. Elektra will draw a card. So she will play her Psy. Oops, should be over here on the storyline. She'll play her Psy, which means she can deal 1 point of damage to in both adjacent locations, which is 1 thug, and then also a point off of Sandman. And then she'll use the move to come across and so she's defeated a thug over here because she was here, and now she's moved across to Brooklyn Bridge, where she's going to deal an extra point of damage, and then also use that token to do an extra point of damage as well. So another 2 points off. It could all come down to this last card, but I don't think we've got enough damage. Is the issue, folks. He will do another special, and it is not the card you're looking for. Go. Move clockwise and to the next location with a threat card. What? Discard any action tokens from the threat card in Sandman's location. Then each hero there takes 1 damage for each token discarded. But there are no. Discard any action tokens from the threat card. Okay, so there are none, so that's fine. But it does mean he has escaped us, because he moves 3 away, halfway around the city. There are no action cards, so he doesn't do us any damage, but we've now lost him. We've got no movement here, haven't got any moves. She's got attack, but no way to catch him, so we are done. Disappointing. Yeah, so we could do a rescue, but no benefit. She could do an attack. Nothing else. Go for rescue, a couple more civilians, that's it. Back to his turn. He will move 4, so still wouldn't be on us. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and bam, which has no effect other than gaining another 2 health. We've lost. That was close. It was, well, I say it was close. It clearly wasn't close at all. I mean, he started off with 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 7 left. So he's still up from what he started on. That was rough, folks. that was rough. I mean, we didn't get knocked out, but yeah, Shuri and Elektra were unable to take down Sandman. I don't know if the mistake was maybe getting distracted with other threat cards rather than taking out that sandstorm. We obviously got a bit tied up in sand, quicksand, and that's what it's there for, right? Yeah. Oof. That was hard. It was hard. A puzzler to be sure. Okay, so we are going to have to definitely do this one again. I'm working out, is this the best combination? Because the other thing I noticed was we had a lot of well, it felt like there was a lot of single icons, but actually when you look at the board, yeah, we had so 2 singles and a double, 2 singles, double, double, and then at that point we'd expedited Sandman. Yeah, that's tricky, folks. That's tricky. Okay, I think I'll give it another go. I'll reset, and yeah, I mean, we've not didn't see anyone get knocked out, so that was a positive. Got a better idea what to expect, maybe. Hey family, welcome back, and we are doing our Sandman. Come on. So, as a reminder, let's have a look at what we've got. So he doesn't have any special setup rules. His special rules are when he KOs a superhero, instead of activating his BAM again, he plays another master plan card. And when he does a BAM, he's gaining 2 health, goes above his starting health, and deals 1 damage to each hero in Sandman's location. If he can't place a token, he gains 2 health. And if he gets to the point of having 20 health, we have lost the game. So, here he is with his chits set up. So he's got 6. Well, in fact, he shouldn't have 6 health, should he? He should have 4 health, because there's only 2 heroes against him. Not that would have made a blind bit of difference in the last game that we played. There it is. So we've shuffled up the threat cards. Let's go ahead and distribute those across the location. So location 1 today, still obviously in the Spider-Verse. So we've got Oscorp Tower. So at the end of your turn may gain a movement token, and this is where he will have his quicksand. So if we want to move out of here, how ironic, it's going to cost us 2 movement instead of 1. Thanks for that. So we've got Queens, end of the turn, that's our healing spot. 1 or 2 cards in your hand, you may draw a card. As well, we'll find Dr. Octopus as his henchman with 4 health. And in the event of a BAM, he deals 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. And across from there, we've got the Daily Bugle, so that at the end of the turn, you can reveal a card of the Master Plan card deck and put it on the bottom. And that's where we've got our second henchman, being Electro, also with 4 health. In the event of a BAM, he deals 1 damage to 1 hero. Sorry, to each hero in his location. If there are no heroes in each location, then deal 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So he arcs out his damage. Brooklyn Bridge, then we've got the end of the turn may add a civilian token to any location and rescue a civilian token from here, where we'll have our other quicksand. Therefore, Osborn Labs is where we'll gain a extra attack, and we'll see one of the sandstorms. If the Harder Master Plan card is in play, then Sandman cannot take any damage. And again, here at Midtown High School, get a turn, get a heroic feat, and the other sandstorm. So, of course, as we saw in our first game, the sandstorm threats are absolutely critical, key to be gotten rid of. Let's have a look and see where our villain will begin. Here we are. So we've got location number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over at Osborn Labs. Okay, so the board is set up. Let's have a look who will be joining this fray. We have the Punisher. And I can remember, I don't think I saw Punisher outside of the Spider-Verse, to be honest with you. Certainly in the animated series. So what have we got first of all? So we've got heavy firepower, double attacking in the location, and then one attacking both adjacent locations. So good for clearing lots of stuff. But doesn't add an icon to the storyline, which is a bit of a hindrance. We've got our single wild, of course we have got our double wilds in. And then special ops training, you can move to any location and then double attack there. Very nice, and a movement to boot. Joining Punisher, we have Spider-Woman. So we've got a single wild, we've got a poison blast, so choose double attack or delay the next villain turn by 1 card. With a single attack, we've got a move and attack. So they are our starting hand to kick us off. So now we know where Sandman is starting, means we also know where our heroes are starting over with Doc Ock in Queens. So we could be taking damage straight off the bat, depending of course on Sandman's first card. Is it a BAM? Let's find out. So it is a BAM, it is 3 at a BAM. There we go. So 3 at a BAM, and then he's playing harder. So from now on, Sandman cannot take any damage until the Sandstorm threat cards are cleared. Good to get it out of the way, I guess. But he does move straight to us and BAMs. Ouch, this is gonna hurt, folks. So he moves 3 over to Queens, where we are. And with us, all 3 of us there, he is going to deal 1 point of damage to us, and obviously, and of course, gain those 2 hit points to his villain board. So just put those on there. So he's now up to 6 already, and he's going to deal 2 points of damage to Punisher and 2 points to Spider-Woman. So do you know what? Let's go ahead, and these are big, heavy hitter cards. They're fantastic towards the end game. We're just going to pop those straight underneath, and I think similar, definitely that as a hitter card and a move and a punch, that's fine. Let's go ahead and pop those underneath. But yeah, we are pretty much death door already. Thanks for that. Or do I want to do that? In fact, choose double attack. I mean, of course, the advantage of maybe sticking with the attacks. Ooh. I'm just thinking, is it worth maybe sticking with this and maybe one of those? I don't like that heavy firepower. End of the game, fine. Move to any location, double attack. I'm going to stick to Punisher's Wild. I'm going to go for attack for Spider-Woman. What I'm thinking is, it potentially gives us the ability to clear off Dr. Octopus and unlock our healing location right off the bat. So I think that is actually going to be tremendously beneficial to us, particularly considering we're now down to 1 hit point each. Ouch. Okay, so talking of which, it is our turn. So Punisher's up first. He will draw, so he's going to move and attack. Let's go ahead and play that move and attack rather than a single wild. So single attack, we will do 1 point of damage to Doc Ock. So we are off the mark, and he can do a move. Where do I want to move to? Oh, and to each hero in adjacent location. In fact, no, we are. Oh, this could not have gone any worse. I forgot, of course, that we have got Electro here, which means I think we've lost this game right at the outset. So in fact, Punisher was wiped out and knocked out, so he's down, and also Spider-Woman was knocked out and okay, which means we go back and have another look at his special rules. When a hero is knocked out, he doesn't BAM, instead he plays another master plan card. So we've got another 2 master plan cards coming out. This is not a good start at all. So we've got move clockwise to the next location with any heroes, who stays where he is and plays faster. 1 hero in Sandman's location takes 1 damage. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. So it doesn't really help us. I mean, this is probably where we want his bams to come out now. Probably 5 and a bam. Okay, so he's going to move back 1, effectively, all the way around 5, and he bams, which has nil effect, other than he does gain another 2 health. So he was already on 8 health, starting off at 4. He's up to 8. And now it is our turn. Okay, so we're going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to double wild. Okay, let's play the double wild. Goes down. So we've got a double wild, and we already did a point of damage, so we're going to do a second point of damage. You've got 2 points left on Dr. Octopus, and let's draw Spider-Woman. So we've got a double attack, nice. A move. We've got super resistance. You cannot take any damage until the beginning of the next turn, and a heroic feat. And finally, we've got a move and heroic feat. Okay. We don't need the double attack. Wondering, do I do the move and a heroic feat with a view of maybe starting to collect up some of these civilians, is what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead. We need to get movement out, however, and get over the other side of the board, because that's where, of course, we've got the sandstorms. Okay, so Punisher's gone, he's back on his feet. Spider-Woman is going to go, so she'll use the double wild to take out Dr. Octopus, so he is gone. So they are cleared. We have cleared our first threat. And we don't need to worry about healing now. So she's got a move and a heroic feat. When Electro is pretty brutal out there on the board, I would have probably left Dr. Octopus, but it is what it is. Right, so we'll move 1 and rescue a civilian. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. We're going to have to get past. These quicksands. I'm just wondering, do I want to do that, or do I want to start clearing instead this quicksand here? I think that's going to be a more prudent option. Let's do that. So we've moved to Oscorp Tower, and we've placed our first heroic feat down to start clearing this. We are back to Punisher. We've got a single heroic feat. Do you know what? That's fine. Let's go ahead and clear our second threat. One of the key things with Sandman, I think, is we do not want to expedite him. So Punisher will move and put 2 heroic feats on here to clear this, and we'll gain a movement token. So that's nice. That's good. Let's add that to there. Okay. We are back to Sandman, who is going to move 1, not bam, but put out tokens. We are not in overflow, but it's another point to watch for. Okay, so Sandman will move 1 to Queens, and he will put out a civilian and a thug to all 3 locations. His location at each adjacent location. Okay. So they're out. Okay. There's no BAM, so we are clear. It is over to Spider-Woman. Got a move and a heroic feat. Only got a heroic feat in the timeline. Need to get some more move tokens is the issue here, folks. Move. Okay, it's fine, let's go with that. So we're going to do the move and heroic feat. With the extra heroic feat, we're going to rescue 2 civilians from Oscorp Tower, and then she will move across to Midtown High School, so we are in position to start dealing with the first of the 2 sandstorms. We are across to Punisher, who gets another single heroic feat. Okay, so he's got to move and attack. We've got to move and heroic feat in the timeline. Where do we want to go is what I'm thinking. And we can certainly use the move and attack and the move and heroic feat. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and play move and attack. So we've got 2 moves, an attack and a heroic feat. So we got an attack. We'll clear a thug from Oscorp Tower. We're going to move across to Midtown High School. So we are both here with our heroes. In the high school, he will then use his heroic feat to rescue another civilian. So we are 1/3 done there now. And then with the extra move, he will clear the first of 3 sandstorm spots. So we are back to Spider-Woman. It's another move and attack. So she's already got a move and attack. Ooh, no, that's. Oh. I'm thinking that's fine. Maybe. Gonna have to play it out. Right, so she has 2 moves and 2 attacks. She will use 1 move to work towards clearing this sandstorm. Now my thinking is I'm not going to clear this with the extra move, and instead I'm going to defeat this thug, and then I'm going to move up to Osborn Labs. So that's my 2 moves, 1 attack, and then the second attack I'm going to clear this other thug at Osborn Labs. So we are fairly even now on our missions. We've got 3 civilians, we've got 3 thugs, we've got our first threat cleared. End of round 2. So whilst we're looking at Sandman, let's draw his card. It's a 5 and no BAM. So once again he will move back to Oscorp Tower. Interesting. Not going to BAM, but he is going to cause overflow, so he will gain 2 health. It's not great for us, so a lot of damage we're going to have to clear. Darn it. And he's got to put out a civilian up here. We've got a thug and a civilian here, and a thug and a civilian here. Okay. Ooh. But we didn't get a BAM. But he still gained 2 health, but it could have been worse, I guess. So, Sandman. Ooh, precision shot. 4 attacks against a single enemy. Damage you deal this turn can't be cancelled or reduced. Definitely want that against that massive stack. Oh, okay, so we've got a move and attack in the timeline currently. We want to use that move and attack Well, yeah. So we're going to use the move and attack. Just thinking about clearing that other sandstorm. That is absolutely our priority right now. We haven't got any on there at the moment. We're about to clear this one. Yeah, and I definitely don't. I mean, I could use that to take out Electro straight off the bat. But I don't want to do that, because then we're going to be putting Sandman under pressure, and we do not want to do that. Okay, let's do what we can. So we're going to do a move and attack. We're going to use one of the move tokens to clear this sandstorm. Oof, so that is our third threat cleared. Okay, and then we're going to use an attack to defeat a thug, and then to use a move and attack. Then we have one more move and one more attack. So as there's nothing to clear up in the labs, we're going to move across to Oscorp Tower and attack there, in order that we are halfway through defeating enough thugs, and we'll gain another movement token to support us towards the end of the game. Hopefully. We'll see. We are back to Spider-Woman. Poison Blast. Choose double attack or delay the next villain turn by one card. Is one card going to make a huge difference? 1, 2, 3, 4 thugs available to defeat. That really doesn't help us. Oh, okay. And we need to get rid of that sandstorm. But that will be the last threat when we do. Ooh. Right, we've got a move in the storyline. Do I place this move? The attack goes to waste. Ooh, I think we're going to have to, aren't we? Okay, so we're going to play a single move. It means we can put 2 movement tokens out onto the second sandstorm that we need to clear. And we are back to Punisher. It's a double attack. And he has got a move. Another move. I mean, certainly we can use that. Let's go ahead and play the double attack. So he will attack a thug at Oscorp Tower, and then he will move and attack another thug, this time in Queens. So we are 2 thugs away, 1 threat away from being able to start attacking Sandman, and we need to clear the sandstorm. Meanwhile, it is back to his go. Not a bam. Let's have a look. It is. Okay, my green screen's not working. Apologies. So move clockwise to the next location with no heroes. Okay, so he's going to move to the Daily Bugle. Okay, so clockwise with no heroes, and then he's going to deal 1 point of damage to each hero in both adjacent locations. So we've got no one at Brooklyn Bridge, but we have got Punisher over at Queens. That's fine. let's go ahead and let's get rid of the heroic feat. Maybe. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Did I want to do that? Yeah. That's fine. Okay. So, we are back to Spider-Woman. It'll be a move. Double wild. Oh my gosh. The heavens have just opened up and it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. I can hear it on my roof. Okay, so we've got double wild, which is fantastic. It's absolutely what we needed. Maybe. So we've got double attack, double wild. So we're going to do... Can we get him? Maybe. She's not got any movement tokens, unfortunately. But let's go ahead. So single wild will clear the sandstorm. Okay. So that is our fourth and final threat cleared. Sandman is now under pressure, so he will go after Punisher's next turn. Spider-Woman will then use one of the wilds to move, and then use one of the attacks to attack the thug at Brooklyn Bridge. We have one more thug to defeat, which Punisher will absolutely be able to do. So we have the single attack. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, but that's fine. That's exactly what we needed. It's or do I do that? Oh, this is harsh, folks. This is harsh because he can use the single wild to move, a single wild to attack the thug up at the Daily Bugle where Sandman is, and then Sandman is vulnerable because we've cleared both of the sandstorms, which means he can straight off the bat do 4 points of damage. But it does mean we don't have another icon for Spider-Woman to use next turn, so they're suddenly very vulnerable and dependent on what she is going to draw. On what Sandman is going to draw. This is harsh. This is harsh. Am I better to... What am I better to do? What am I better to do? I'm fairly sure I'm a card short on Punisher on the basis that his last location would have been here and he should have drawn an extra card. Heavy firepower, double damage in any location and one in both adjacent ones. And I'm thinking it's adjacent to where he is. No, adjacent to where he does the double damage. Interesting. But still avails us not and doesn't add another... Sorry. Doesn't add another icon to the storyline. My concern right now is, depending on what Sandman does, Spider-Woman can't move because she's stuck in quicksand now. You'll need a double move to get out of that quicksand, and we've used a heck of a lot of movement already. That's a lot of movement. But the chase is on. The chase is on. Punisher may help save the day. But we will see. Okay. So we have to do a move and attack. And we're just going to put a single attack. Do I do a single attack? Or 4 points straight off the bat? Let's do 4 points straight off the bat. Let's go with that. So he's going to move and he's going to attack, which means Sandman is now vulnerable, and we will do 4 points to Sandman. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ka-chunk. That's a good chunk to start us off. It is, however, now his turn. He will move clockwise to the next location with a threat card. Oh, that worked so well. He isn't going to bam. He is, however, going to do stronger. So discard the next, discard any action tokens from that threat. Okay, then each hero there takes 1 damage for each token discarded. There are no action tokens you can actually see just at the top of the screen on that threat card. Wow, we got away with that. Absolutely. It is back to Spider-Woman, who has a move and attack. We do not need to move. She will just do a double attack straight into the storyline and do 2 points of damage, 1 and 2, to Sandman. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4 points left. Oh, we could be on to a winner. We are back to Punisher. He's got to move, and then you can move to any location and deal 2 points of damage there, and then move. And the 2 points in the storyline, that is 4 points of damage. That is exactly what he needs. Didn't have to use his tokens. He'll move across, and he will deal 1, 2, 3, 4 points to Sandman over at Brooklyn Bridge, and Sandman goes down. Woo! Wow. Okay. Let's come back up. Okay. Wow. I mean, it really does make a difference, the heroes that you play, particularly when you're playing 2 heroes. I mean, it's interesting. So I was watching the Co-op Guild, and they're currently playing through the mega campaign at the moment. So that's everything season 1, everything season 2, everything season 3. It's crazy. And they're like 60 episodes in, and I'm so looking forward to getting into that. But I'm holding myself back because I've yet to even begin season 2. So I'm really looking forward to season 2. But I want to finish season 1 first. Got to do it properly. Come on now. So, Sandman taken down, and yeah, that was my point. Sorry. So I did liaise with Steve, and I asked and inquired about how does he choose the heroes that he's using, and I did actually come across, and I'll share a link below, a very useful spreadsheet that has been created by the community for certainly for everything season 1. I don't recall if it had beyond season 1, but certainly everything season 1. All the heroes and their action icons in terms of how much movement, attack, and heroic feats each of the different characters has. There's a bit of information around specials and whatever. I'm less bothered about that. It is particular the things like movements and attacks. So, considering the fact that I knew, unlike a lot of villains, with Sandman we needed the extra movement to clear these threats, and these threats were unnegotiable, right? The sandstorm absolutely had to be cleared, or there's no way we're going to complete the game on the basis of that. What was it? The heart. Oh, it came right at the beginning, didn't it? Harder. From now on, Sandman cannot take any damage until sandstorm threat cards are cleared. Again, getting that out right at the beginning, that's fine. But when we knew that that was out on the table, we needed to address that and deal with that straight off. So that was fine. So I knew I needed those movement tokens, and again, because of this gain 2 health in overflow, gain 2 health with BAM, you know, the increased likelihood of playing additional master plan cards. I mean, that opening gambit to play 3 master plan cards straight off the bat. Whew, wow. I mean, I thought for sure we were gone at that point there. But we pulled it around and we pulled it through. And yeah, that's exciting. I love it. Love it. But it does mean I am taking a little bit more attention to certainly in the rematches. I think I'm fairly happy still kind of trundling along with a generally kind of more thematic attack. I mean, I think Sandman versus Punisher and Spider-Woman, I think that was great. That worked really well, and I think thematically I could see that playing out on an animation, right? Certainly, like I say, Punisher on the animation front, I hadn't seen him outside of the Spider-Man animations. Alongside Blade and characters like that, Morpheus and all that. Fantastic, love all that. And obviously then similarly Spider-Woman, clearly from the Spider-Verse. So with Sandman as a very much a nemesis to Spider-Man, it felt very thematic, and I love that. And yeah, and again, for me that's I've said it before, folks. I'll say it again. Theme for me in games is a massive thing, and you can see, I think, some of these games that are behind me, I'm a sucker for theme. Okay, the game mechanics absolutely have to work. They've got to be clear. They've got to be simple, because they've got to get through my thick skull, right? But I love theme. It's what carries it. It gives me the emotion behind playing a board game, and for me that is key. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. Love it. If you've liked this video, please hit that like button. If you want to encourage me to keep making content, please hit that subscribe. It really does encourage me. Otherwise, just to say, as always, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back at the table soon. Ta-ta for now.